Chest supported YTW. Now, just before you get into this movement, don't hesitate to start really light. It is a very challenging movement to begin with. Here I'm using 1.25 kilo plates, and that's pretty challenging for me. So again, don't feel discouraged, start light to begin with. The key things to focus on with this movement is 1, control, 2, range of motion, 3, keeping your elbows straight when performing the Y and the T, and lastly, and more importantly, not using any momentum, otherwise that completely defeats the purpose of the movement. So when it comes to the setup, here I'm using an adjustable bench. I've got it 1 or 2 pins higher than the standard flat bench setting. It doesn't need to be excessive, but you don't want it to be too small either, otherwise it'll just be too challenging. So setting up, grabbing your weights, laying face down on the bench. Ideally your head will be over the edge. If you're too short that you're further down, that's fine. Just make sure that you're not cocking your head back. You want to keep it in a more neutral position. So first position, Y. Elbows nice and straight, flat back. I'm not slumped over, flat back, lifting up, Y. T, W, simple. Once I've done one of each, Y, T, W, then that counts as 1 rep, okay? That's a key thing to remember. Once I've done all 3, that counts as 1 rep. Now, going through the movement, as you could tell, my arms are really straight as much as possible. If you find you really struggle to maintain a straight arm, especially on the Y portion of the movement, go wider. You don't want it to be a T, but you can go wider. So as opposed to going narrow like this, going wider will make it easier. Doing the T movement is pretty straightforward. And then the W, you want to perform a row, pull your elbows up, and then you're then going to externally rotate and pull your wrist up as well. The idea is you're working on external rotation with that movement. A common mistake with the W is people will row, and then as they rotate the wrists up, they'll drop the elbows down. So make sure you keep those elbows up and then bring the wrists up as well. Never drop. If done correctly, you should feel this movement through your mid-back to sort of lower trap muscles. Again, this is not something you can lift heavy on. You really don't want to use any sort of momentum, and just focus on the quality of the movement to begin with. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. If you find your neck sort of really tensing up whilst performing this exercise, try and breathe through it. Try and relax that muscle. Focus on those lower trap muscles, really think about relaxing your neck. And aside from that, you can also try reducing the weight and see if that helps as well.